So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here, things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. How are you reading this formation, Jim Beglin?
Well, this setup, Peter, can be very defensive if that midfield is in place purely to form a protective layer in front of the back four. But it can also be the launchpad to very quick counter-attacks. If you can offer pace and accuracy on the front foot, it can have a devastating effect, actually, at the offensive end of the pitch too.
And we have our very first corner. Pele! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
There's a player below us, Peter, that I've always admired. Franco Baresi, a defender with wonderful composure and discipline.
I'm surprised by your assessment there.
One of the great liberos. His intelligence put him on a level higher than the rest, I think.
No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. He's picked his way through. Space for him to turn and look. Hangs in a cross. Cafu. And it's Gerrard. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Passing is crisp and sharp.
Oh, really well played.
Oh, it's come loose. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Foot in. Can he get it through? And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Kagawa. Pele. Looking for the run. And it's been hooked away. It's a throw-in. Drills one in. That's an excellent interception. Can he finish? Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Portugal have their second corner now. That's a fair try, but just off target.
O'Shea certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
We are into stoppage time. And the referee says that is that for the first half. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment.
Number 11.
The midway point of the game.
Portugal certainly have plenty of positives to take from that first half, especially the way they were able to turn it on in the last few minutes. I can see them coming out with more menace, more meaningfulness after the break, as momentum is definitely with them now.
Well, it's been a half that hasn't lacked suspense or intrigue. It's only lacked goals. 0-0 at the break. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Portugal clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just...
It's Pele! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Corner number 3 coming up. And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Well, I think the defence deserves credit for the way they were quick to close him down.
Oh, good effort! Goal! Great corner, and he did the rest.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
The goal scorer for Portugal after 56 minutes is number 14, Gabriel Batistuta.
Portugal are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Great defending, strong and determined. Well, that has not gone well. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, I think it's pretty clear. The message is to get the job done, and the sooner the better.
Kagawa plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Now it's Yamal. Now, can they get him away? Portugal claiming a corner, and the referee concurs.
Substitutions taking place.
Well, they scored their first goal from a corner. What about now? Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. The corner count is rising. That's 6.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Portugal are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Puyol. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Shapes to shoot! And it's come back out to him. Oh, good finish. 2 to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring.
The goal scorer for Portugal.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
Substitution for Botswana, number 10. Coming on
So
the field
changes afoot
is
here, and from
number
both
9.
sides.
Substitution in
Portugal
progress.
are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Strong running down that left flank. Puyol does really well there, he is strong. Now, what about a counter-attack? Nicely weighted ball. That has ended up in no man's land.
Substitution for Botswana, number 7. Coming on to replace him is number 24. Substitution.
Messi. Pele, always looking for that half a chance.
has been indicated.
Akanji gets across to intercept that. O'Reilly. Great ball if he can get there. And this is Dstuds. Oh, now he can run away with it. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And that's it. It's a super show all round, both sides doing their best to impose themselves, but one evidently, undeniably better equipped than the other. Dstuds taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so.
World Charity Fund.
So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Portugal definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind.
Well, this is a critical game, a chance for the perfect statement to any potential rival that you are aiming higher at their expense. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here, the supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Things already rolling. Once described as being born offside, Filippo Inzaghi feels like the last of a dying breed, doesn't he?
Yeah, and I feel sometimes he doesn't get the credit he fully deserves, because I think he's one of the most intelligent strikers around too. His game is all about anticipation, positioning and speed over those first 3 yards.
Good old-fashioned poacher, in other words.
Exactly, and you don't score that many goals without having something extra about you.
And we have our very first corner. Inter Milan are looking to go forward now. Oh, this looks sharp. Batistuta is alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Nakata. First quarter of an hour gone. And it's Nakata. Now it's Inzaghi. Tomori getting this one clear. Tries to pass it through. And he's intervened well there. Peruzzi is there to clear. Kaká producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Kaká conjures time and space where few can. It's Inzaghi! Now, who's going to be first? Oh, he's been caught napping! Delivered low. Del Piero! Oh, split-second reaction.
That'll earn him a few high fives. Probably feels he could have been better protected, though.
It's their second corner of the game. Inzaghi! But he's left disappointed.
Filippo Inzaghi is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Now it's David.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And here's Del Piero. Del Piero stood it. Del Piero! And that would have been some goal.
That was some seriously slick play. Pretty much textbook apart from the finish. Very impressive movement.
So, third corner of the game. Totti! Oh, it's hit the post! Is it in? Yes, it's an own goal!
I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess you have to take whatever way it comes, and very gratefully.
And he's managed to... And the shot! He's got a goal! 2 up now, and they are cruising. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
And it's played forward. Well timed, excellent interception. Looking for the run. Oh, good ball. Decent chance!
20 minutes added time.
Well, there's the clearance. The message, can he finish? And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
And he's had it nicked away. And it's half-time. Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon.
And a quick reminder today, everybody, to make sure to put any litter in the bins provided. Thank you for your cooperation.
So we're underway for the second half.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Batistuta. Batistuta gets flagged offside. That has not gone well. Baresi clears. Nakata, and this is Inzaghi. That has been cut short. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
David showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
Inter have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Could be danger here. He has found a way through. Goes for a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! It's all becoming so easy. What a moment of brilliance. Control and perfect accuracy.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
Inter Milan find a position of real strength now. Ribery ventures forward. No, that's been intercepted. And he's quick to snatch it back. Ribery. David finding himself in space. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Nakata. Looking for options for movement. Çalhanoğlu. Zanetti looking to provide the solidity his team so need. Into the last quarter of an hour.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Zanetti. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Can he get it through? Lovely ball and a real chance now. And that is well cleared. He's found a way through. Now, can they get him away? And he was alert to it. Forward it goes. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And here's Inzaghi. Now it's Kaka. Over to the right flank. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know,
it's Nakata! And he should have made it 4. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So that is it, the end of the road. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
well, what can I say, Peter? It seemed like the enormity of the task got the better of the players, and they never really got going. I know it can happen to even the best of us, but that doesn't take away from the fact that this was a painful watch.
Well, here we are with everything very much to play for. Win this one
Hello,
and they're going up.
everybody, and welcome
Incentives
to
do
today's
not
match.
come much simpler or
Manchester
sweeter than that
United
one.
Against Portugal.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So that's got things underway. Portugal must not lose. He's having a hit! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
It's really well read here, but having done the hard part, he'll be slightly disappointed not to make more of it.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And he cuts out the supply. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's his vision and creativity or being more direct in providing a threat up front, we're bound to see something special.
Can he finish? Goal! Portugal! And with that, they take a giant step towards the promised land. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Portugal are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
How important will this turn out to be? This is going to give them a lot more options now.
Cafu. Out towards the flank. Nicely aimed pass. Played out to the left flank. That is good alertness. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. That has been cut short. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
15 minutes till half-time. Rice. And he's forced to go back. Puyol. This is a promising build-up. And it's Kagawa. Batistuta. Messi is the team's great visionary. Knocks it into space. It is a corner. Portugal with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Chance! In he goes again! And And he's stuck it away. Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Oh, he was definitely fully focused on that, Peter. His reaction and anticipation got him there when everyone else was spectating.
Portugal are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now.
Could be danger here. Yes! They are purring, truly purring. Portugal find a position of real strength now. Portugal have scored 2 quick goals here. That's been slipped through. He's found a way through. Just too much on that.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
He's given it away. Yamal! And somehow he kept it out.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
And this could be the final action of the first half. Gerrard! And the keeper has done enough. Top stop. And that brings the first half to a close. Well, that was as one-sided as it gets. Only one side have shown up here, and they're just tearing it up at will.
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
Portugal looking like the only team in this. They lead by 3. And we get things going again. Puyol. And it's Laporte. Well timed, excellent interception. Gerrard. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to save from up here, I know. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Gerrard. And Kadiolu. Rice. Tries to play it through. Oh, that's well spotted.
Portugal have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
He's looking wide. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Saliba cuts out the pass. Messi. De Ketelaere. Drogba. That's destined for the flank. And the shot! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Taken back almost at once. Batistuta producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Oh, that's fabulous. Tries a shot! And that's in! This day becomes absolutely perfect, utterly ideal. That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about, excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
This is a gloriously greedy performance. Portugal perhaps contemplating their next change here.
Substitutions taking place.
Ah, good steal, he just read it. Portugal will have one further opportunity to make a substitution after this, their latest change. And here's Dstuds. Thinks about the shot. Great chance! Ruled out the best in the keeper.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Corner number 3 coming up. Can he finish? He's put it wide. Pressing high and with purpose. Dstuds. Strong challenge, that could leave a mark. Pacho, and it's Rice, looking to pass their way up the pitch. And it's Kadiolu. Kadiolu is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. He is through here, and he was alert to it. He's having a shot! And that has flown over.
Substitution.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Gerrard. Looking to play him in.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Well, that pass isn't the best.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
No, that's been intercepted. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. And that's it. Portugal are going up, and now they can dream. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Portugal really were brilliant today, Peter. To produce a performance like this in a game that could have a massive outcome on the team's future. Those players have every reason to be proud of themselves and deserve every bit their status.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.
And a quick reminder today that parking in the area around the stadium is strictly forbidden. Please use parking provided by the club or any other paid parking facilities in the area.
Portugal are looking to get a flying start here in the long race towards the finish line. This is a day for optimism, for hope, for dreaming of what might be. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So it's down to business here. So the 2024-25 season was, of course, a memorable one for the Merseysiders, led then by their Egyptian archer with his quiver full of arrows.
Yeah, one of the most dominant champions in top-flight history, Peter. I think my favourite game out of them all would have to be that 6-3 from just before Christmas.
Oh, yeah, that visit to North London.
Yeah, Salah again was the star, 2 goals, 2 assists in a game which was a 5-1 by the hour mark. Will he ever truly slow down?
And he's been shifted off it.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Little doubt, that is a foul. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
Well, Peter, when you're up against a speedster, you've got to get to him early and not let him get into his stride, and they're just not doing that.
And it's Gerrard. It's a pretty loose pass. Mohamed Salah. Oh, it's Dembele. Some good work on the right flank here.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Kagawa simply refused to be outdone there. Gerrard, never out of the action for very long. Now it's Yamal. That has not gone well. Looking to play him in, and he was quick to react. Aims beyond the defence. Batistuta showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Engages and forces him off the ball.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
Laporte. Well, that pass isn't the best. Marquinhos clears. Could be danger here. Del Piero. Koeman. Marquinhos. Cannavaro. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. And he's worked it through. He's found the way through. Oh, important interception. Mohamed Salah. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Maldini is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. He's in plenty of space here. Not the worst cross in the world, but still room for improvement. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. If you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Portugal really can count themselves lucky not to be behind at half-time. Couldn't really work out what they were trying to do, actually. Letting themselves get dominated like that, it's very confusing.
Can he get it through? That looks a cracking ball. Shevchenko! And he's managed to get rid. Baresi makes the interception, and they've got rid. Looking for the run. And here's Batistuta.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Oh no, that was never going to make it. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Passing is crisp and sharp. And this is Forlan. Oh, some tackle that. And that is well cleared. Nicely weighted ball. Deftly away. And he's only too happy to take that back. That's a cute ball. Baresi spots it and intercepts. Now then, the ball's come loose. And this is... He's had a shot! He's got a goal! That could turn out to be a huge goal!
Well, you can see what it means to all of them. A frustrating game, but now they have what they wanted. And they're rightly pumped and ready to go again.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Number 21.
Norway have fired themselves in front.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
He won't be happy with that one.
Portugal really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post.
Substitution for Portugal. Number 26, Kagawa. Coming on to replace him is number 15, Ribery.
Takes a shot! Oh, and that should have been two.
Dembele really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
And there's no surprise who's taking this corner. And that has been cleared. Cannavaro.
There they go, hunting again.
The ball is loose and the chase is on.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Neymar. That is a great pick out. Big chance! And that's a sharp finish. Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you... That's that, the end. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is one that will... Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. There's the whistle. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, this guy Saka, I've been praising since day one. Someone who has a great versatility in his game, the right attitude, very clever in how he operates around the pitch. And I think he has the potential to excel in most attacking positions. But when it comes down to it, I'd actually love to see him operate in a number 10 for a spell. I think he could thrive there.
Hard to disagree with that. It is the sort of situation he thrives in. And that pass just didn't quite work. And he can clear it away. Well timed, excellent interception. Mbappe. Oh, that's well spotted. Great vision. Space for him to turn and look. Tries to pass it through. Mbappe receives it in a wide position. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out. That's just playing it safe and simple. Oh look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully a football match will break out soon.
Now it's Messi. And this is Torres. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Torres! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
He won't be happy with that one. Pablo Fornals. Passing is crisp and sharp. Applies the finish!
Nepal couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Portugal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Yamal gets into a good position. Fernando Torres. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Well read, nice interception. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, good spread. Nicely weighted ball. And for the first half, that is that. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So your views on the first half?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break.
Substitution.
The second period is underway.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Threads one in. That looks a cracking ball. Rice. And it's played forward. Baresi gets across to intercept that.
Portugal always looking for runners up front here.
Yeah, it is a regular tactic of theirs.
Yeah, it can make life really tough for you from a defensive point of view, having to constantly be on guard with people trying to get in behind.
Laporte, well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cafu with the clearance. And it's Rice. Pass somewhat off target.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
And here's Nico Williams. Now who's going to be first to this? Rice really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
He went for the corner.
We all love a trier, Peter, but the wiser choice would have been ball into box.
He shifted it to the flank. He's got away. Tries to play it through. Baresi calmly anticipates. Oh, he charged for a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And he has kept it out somehow.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Number 19.
Nepal with the corner,
Number
there first.
26, Kagawa. Coming on
That
the
has
field,
earned a reprieve for the time being.
Olise. Number 15, Ribery.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Stood up well to him there. And here's Messi. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Now, who's going to be first to this? Pablo Fornals.
Well, it's very much looking like this might be destined for a scoreless outcome.
Elise picks it up and he shoots! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Substitution for Portugal. Number 13, Shevchenko.
Portugal have turned to their bench and we're going to have a substitution. So, time for a potential game changer.
Well, this could lead to the injection of energy that might disrupt the rhythm of their opponents. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Puyol trying to keep this in.
Has been indicated.
Ribery. Shin to shin. And that will be it. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to break through. So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome. But
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're very much on the way now.
Well, Peter, there's goalkeepers, and there are great goalkeepers, and then there's Oliver Kahn. He's in a league of his own.
While he is a goalkeeping icon, isn't he? The man famously known as King Khan. Oh, he's all alone. Chance for a shot! Dealt with nicely by the defence. And it's Gerrard. Oh, easy pickings there. Great defending, strong and determined. Xavi Alonso. Nice looking ball. Kadiolu wants to run onto this. And they've got a throw. Yamal. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Zanetti. Zanetti delivers. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Neither side yet able to find the net. Aimed beyond the defence. Now it's Yamal. Cafu. Looking to play him in. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
That is good progress on the left. Little doubt, that is a foul. And he is going into that little black book. Players have gathered round and they are clearly concerned. Keeper is right behind it.
Drogba will have to accept some flack for that. Was anyone really expecting it?
Xavi Alonso with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick.
Substitution for Galatasaray, number 8.
Galatasaray can now introduce the first of their
Zanetti.
substitutes.
Coming on the
It's
field,
not an especially good
number
pass, that.
9, Raul. Number 21, Yamal.
Oh, nicely intercepted.
Galatasaray genuinely seem like a side that's confident with the quality they have out wide. They certainly like their little intricate combinations and link-ups.
Well, that's the impression I'm getting.
Yeah, I think you'll want to make sure you give the opposition a different look with each attack, variation, unpredictability. You know, that's always key to success.
Ah, good steal, he just read it. Yaya Toure, the conductor, the central piece to his team's attack. Now it's Batistuta. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
That's put paid to the danger. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Good read, needed to be. And he thumps it clear. Kagawa. Raul.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
That's a good foray he's making. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So between them, no goals at all so far.
After all that probing and testing the waters, here's hoping for a more open second half.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock, the score 0-0. So straight into the second half. Both sides defensively robust up to now. Yamal, Beckenbauer, Yaya Toure. Yamal proves just a little bit too strong. Priol can clear it away. He's had it taken off him. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Raul is fouled. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Well, he was the one player you had to keep away from the area. Not the best way to do it, though.
It's a good 35 yards out, this. Missed by a fraction. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Yamal makes a move down the right. Beckenbauer. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Too much pressure, and he's lost the ball. And there's green grass ahead of him. Oh, that's fabulous. Shevchenko! He's got a goal! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Substitutions taking place.
Portugal have taken the lead.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
Laporte gets a foot in here. And that is expertly dealt with.
Substitution.
Portugal with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Gets his head on it! Oh, and that should have been two.
Oh, what a stunning save. Absolutely tremendous, and he's kept his team in it.
Has to go back here. Now there's a fine ball. Shot a goal! And that really should have been that.
Beckham really should have done better there. I just hope for his sake that he doesn't live to regret that.
So, third corner of the game. Can he finish? It's a goal! And there's the goal they've been looking for. He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Portugal are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
A header! Portugal have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Pelé, and that's been won straight back. Oh, super find. He is through here. Crosses it in here.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Beckenbauer. And it's Messi. The message is clear, none shall pass. Now it's Pelé. Oh, good-looking ball.
6 added minutes has been indicated.
Threads one in. Akanji promptly onto that, and that is that. Beckenbauer. And here's Messi. Pelé. Plays a sharp little ball here. That is good alertness. Yaya Toure.
How many
And we're done. Portugal can take all the spoils, and it is nothing less than what they are perfectly entitled to, following this splendid display of poise, potency and proficiency.
And now, please turn towards the screen.
How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Portugal definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Portugal.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So we're up and running. Well, Ed Milson's selection has certainly attracted some scrutiny, but the man himself looks, as ever, Jim, utterly unfazed.
Yeah, I like him because he's got a certain elegance about him, Peter. We all know Brazilian players love the idea of getting forward, and he's probably one of the better defensive players on the ball.
So no gung-ho heroics.
No chance.
Could be danger here. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. And it's Kagawa. No, it's come to nothing. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
Hello,
The game yet to
everybody,
kick off.
and welcome to
The
today's
excitement's
match.
already palpable.
Portugal against Manchester United.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. There's the whistle, and here we go. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, I think we have another one here who's a member of the Catalan school of total football, and the type of player that is very much their speciality. This guy, Fermin Lopez, you have to wonder what it is with them and elite central midfielders, but he's going to be, if everything works out, that is, he's going to be up there with the best of all.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. That's really well manoeuvred. He's picked his way. Shevchenko! Shevchenko! This guy is class!
As openings go, this is up there. Another magnificent finish from Mr. Magnificent. This could be good, very good.
He gave it plenty and some. Thrashed it in.
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was absolutely spanked.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Well, played right into his path. And the shot! And it's in! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less. Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Bale! It's hit the crossbar. Baresi gets it away. Can he get on the end of this? And it's been played through. Well, he was clear. Oh, they could be caught out here. Tries to play it through. And he's managed to get free. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Dstuds receives it in a wide position. Goal! Portugal! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Takes a shot! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Shevchenko has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Odegaard. Oh, this looks sharp. Over to the right flank.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And he nearly went all the way.
Shevchenko certainly looks hungry and exciting on the ball. Confidence is at play here.
And we have our very first corner. And that has been knocked clear. It's run loose here. Nicely weighted ball. And he can thump it away. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. Raya claims comfortably. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Now it's Yamal. That's gone all the way through to the keeper.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Quickly taken. Threads one in. And he welcomes it in. Good ball, good take. Oh, that's fabulous. Chance! Oh, it's come. And one more try! It's a decent watch, a frantic watch. It is half-time. Portugal have done it in good style. Forced to come from behind, they find themselves in front at half-time, which is, for them, more or less ideal.
This stadium.
And we are up to the break.
Well, I can tell you it's been an absolutely fantastic watch, Peter. I wish I could come here every week. It's been wonderfully open, wonderfully tense, and beautifully unpredictable now.
Portugal are leading 2-1, but things are very much in the balance here. So off we go again. And it's Shevchenko.
Shevchenko really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now it's Shevchenko. Aims beyond the defence. And this is Batistuta. Lovely, now then. Fermin. Kagawa. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Fermin. Kagawa does really well to win the ball there. Marcelo. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Oh, nicely intercepted. Van Dijk. And Alexander-Arnold. Fermin. Passing is crisp and sharp. Marcelo has the space to scheme. And this is Shevchenko. And it's hoisted clear. O'Shea did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. It's a really well-measured ball. Yamal picks it up out wide.
Substitution for Portugal. Number 13, Shevchenko. Number 19, Yamal. Coming on the field.
And here's
number
Shevchenko.
21,
Messi.
Number 11.
Manchester United really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Looking to play him in. Oh, well measured. And the finish! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. Oh, good finish. And surely that clinches it. There really is no way back now. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Substitution for Portugal, number 26.
So a bit of a revolving door here.
Coming on the field
Lots and lots of
is
changes.
Well, for me,
number
this was the
15,
obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Portugal go up by 2 and are looking good. There's the shot! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
That's more like it. They have to force the issue, and that's the way to do it.
Substitution.
And this is Pele. Marcelo. And a chance! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Portugal have their second corner now.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Messi. Now, can they get him away? Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Batistuta
Just a quick
taking in the
announcement, it is
accolades,
now
having
time
been
for our
named
special
man of the
warning.
match,
Please
and
grab the
deservedly
tickets you were
so.
given when you were walking through the gates.
Well, from behind, Jim, that is some win, isn't it?
Well, I've just got to give them great credit for the way in which they've managed to turn this around. Going behind seemed to strengthen their resolve, and it's been a wholehearted reaction and an absolutely terrific win.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
Portugal.
This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. And we're underway. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, this team has a great engine room in the shape of this guy, Tchouaméni. The Frenchman being a robust, relentless pressing machine who also excels in ball retention and recycling. I noticed he's surprisingly good at progressing play when on the ball too. Keep watching him.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. And he's managed to gift it back. Yamal. Haaland. Now it's Yamal. Aims beyond the defence. Shoots! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Oh, he's been caught napping. Oh, facing up to his adversary. He leaps for it! It's run loose, who's going to get there? And that is well cleared. Kimmich is onto this. Tries one from range! Boy, he struck that clean. And we have our very first corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Drogba. And the pass is intercepted. And it's Dembele. Spread to the right. He's shifting through the gate. Chance! Oh, it's hit the post. Firm header just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Played out towards the right wing. Knocks it into space. And he's picked it up out wide. It's Kanawa! And he's gone looking for safety. Driving forward. Now it's Batistuta. Gerrard, renowned for his long-range shooting. Portugal are benefiting from a lot of movement up front, are they not?
Yeah, and if you're looking to play people in with passes from midfield, you really need willing runners who aren't looking to just get to the defensive line, but to go beyond it.
And it's corner. It's their second corner of the game. Yamal. And he welcomes it in. Shevchenko dominates aerially so often. Dembele. Now it's Drogba. Drogba! Pau Kubasi kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Yamal. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So nothing to report so far on the goals front.
After all that probing and testing the waters, here's hoping for a more open second half.
Well, generally speaking, an entertaining half. Lack of goals a notable thing, but that's not to say it hasn't been very watchable.
Substitutions taking place.
So we're off again. So the first half brought no goals. He's a sharp little ball here. Kimmich's cross.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
O'Shea has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. And here's Shevchenko. Nicely weighted ball, and reclaimed it in a trice. Well, into the second half, and it's still goalless. Yamal cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
He's found the way through. Keeper has taken decisive action.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Just about within shooting range. And no one is overly concerned about that.
Yeah, you can't blame him for trying, but that looked a little forced.
Pacho. No breakthrough, and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Now then, the ball's come loose. Shevchenko. Galatasaray have got it back, and they'll have another go. And he's intervened well there. Serginho is one whose deliveries we all know about. And it's Drogba! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Drogba actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Portugal, number 19.
Corner number 3 coming up.
Coming on to replace him is number 11, Olise.
That's the throw. Now, can they get him away? Serginho's cross. Puyol can get it clear. No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
Substitution for Portugal, number 8, Gerard. Coming on the
Kubasi.
field is
Portugal
number
have
23,
now used up
Beckham.
all but one of their substitution windows. And he's gone searching crossfield.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Ball's gone out of play.
Substitution for Portugal, number 26, Kagawa. Coming on to replace
And it's
him
Drogba.
is
Stood up well to him there.
there. Ribery.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
This is it then, now or never. Now it's Drogba. Oh, that's a key interception.
Time.
Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. And here's Drogba. Oh, just skips past Drogba! He lifts the roof! A breakthrough! So late in the day! Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Drogba demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Galatasaray look like they've won it. And that is as far as it goes. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end.
And we come to you now with a
So
quick
what do you take
request
away
for
from it all, Jim?
support for
Portugal
our
could
World
still be
Charity
playing, Peter, and probably still be trying to score. It might just be causing some edginess to the camp.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So straight into the action. According to what we've been told, this is how it looks. It's a 4-3-3.
Yeah, Peter, you can look at this formation 1 minute and think that it is 4-3-3, and the next time you check it'll be 4-5-1, and it's all to do with whether you've got the ball or not, and the wider attacking players being asked to apply defensive discipline too. When it does turn to a 5 across midfield, then the shape of this team takes on a much tidier, compact defensive look.
He's rising! Not a bad try by any means.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
It's a threatening ball. Now it's Yamal. Hangs one in. And that is expertly dealt with. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into a stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
I think the opposition defence agree too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Cucurella. Now the ball in. Puyol is there and he can get that clear. Cucurella running with the ball. He's got plenty of space out wide here. He is just caressing the ball. Can he finish? Goal, Milan! That is a super smooth goal, beautiful manoeuvring of the ball, and splendid authority in the finish.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
The first breakthrough.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
There's the... He's having a shot! Merino, never out of the action for very long. Merino, played out to the left flank, and it's Neymar. Kagawa, that's a lovely, neat pass. Aimed beyond the defence. Yamal picks it up out wide. And this takes a shot! Kovacic. And Neymar. Merino. Played over towards the opposite flank. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. And this is Batistuta.
There will be
Now
1
it's
minute
Shevchenko.
added time.
Batistuta. And it's been... He's had a shot! And he's stuck it away. Portugal are level. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Well, from a defensive perspective, Peter, that's a really poor one to give away. Yes, the movement was very good, but the defence made it way too easy.
And that is all they have time for. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I don't think either side will have too much to complain about or worry about, Peter. 1-1 is a fair reflection of the game so far, so it'll be fascinating to see how both teams go about trying to establish a little more control in this second half.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. So it's back to business. Knocks it into space. Kagawa, and this is Kagawa. Delivers. Gets his head on it! Oh, he's hit the bar! And it's Kagawa. That is good strength. Gerard. Kagawa. Goes for a shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. He's delivered all right!
Boom! There we go, and it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
The goal scorer for Portugal.
Shevchenko at his razor-sharp best there.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Laporte. Kagawa conjures time and space where few can. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Oh, he's having a go! And that was probably asking just too much.
He did very well trying to adjust himself, but not the expected outcome. Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Now it's Yamal. Cucurella does well to get it back. Merino. Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now. He's going for goal! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Mbappe! Not a hint of offside here. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Shevchenko under intense pressure.
Well, to be fair to that defence, it's nigh on impossible to cater for such astute movement.
Shevchenko! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
Substitution for Milan, number 11, Mikel
Well, the two
Merino.
coaches are signalling
Coming on
changes
the
here,
field
both at the
is
same time.
Number 13, Musiala. Substitutions taking place.
Upamecano. And it's played forward. And it's Messi. Tries to play it through. It's a promising position. Musiala going face-to-face with his great rival.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
And here's Mbappe! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Mbappe has taken on too much there. That isn't one of the areas he thrives on.
Substitution for Milan, number 16.
So we have movement on both
Coming on to
benches.
replace him is number 5, Leandro Paredes. Substitution in progress.
Ribéry just eases him off the ball. Portugal close now to seeing this one through to the end. And that has been slung wide.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
And the number on the board is 3. Cafu threads one in. And that's that. Portugal have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Admirable, enjoyable, and look how they reacted to that initial setback.
Please be made
Terrific
aware that
recovery,
smoking is
a
only
really
permitted in
fine win
designated
that, Jim
areas
Beglin.
within these
Well, what
grounds.
we've seen is a team that refused